Hello, everybody. I'm Dorothy, professional astrologer. We're going to talk about the full moon in Pisces in this recording. So that full moon is on September 20th, 7:55 p.m. Eastern time zone. So of course, adjust accordingly. 28 degrees of Pisces is where this is located. You're going to want to find that in your own chart. If you're part of my membership platform on Patreon, the second half of this video, which is not on YouTube, will be going through that. We'll go through the houses and where that full moon is in each of the houses and how else we'll work with that. But to speak to everybody here now, that full moon in Pisces. So full moons are representative of the reflection. The moon is reflecting back to us our emotion, our emotional capacity, how we respond. And this is a collective moon. This isn't your individual moon. This is the collective moon, how the world is responding to what is going on collectively. And again, you can look at it in regards to your own chart. But with the moon in the sign of Pisces, it's 28 degrees, the very, very end of Pisces. It gives us this opportunity to reflect. That's what a full moon does, reflects, to reflect where we are in our own path, especially when it comes to how we are on the personal level, first off, in our spiritual world. Are you doing the things you wanted to do? The sun in Virgo is requesting that we focus on the details. That moon in the sign of Pisces is like, let's just, bring things all together. I've got all the details now. I want to bring it together, and I want to be able to collectively or spiritually use this information that's coming back to me. So how do we get this type of information? What we need to do is like native cultures. A lot of native cultures will go on vision quests. They used to do that. I'm sure they still do, but I'm not aware. But anyways, you know what I'm coming from. It's like taking that vision quest and going out with just you and spending time alone to understand what your truth is, to understand and to hear your guides and your spirit and your higher self. This requests us. We don't have to do anything if we don't want to, but this full moon in Pisces is requesting that, we really tap into that and find some alone time, find time to meditate, to walk in nature. Pisces is represented by, of course, water. It's a water sign. So if you have an opportunity to go out and canoe or kayak or swim or get near the ocean, that's going to be really helpful. It'll help you to, even if you're wanting to do this, I would, it's dreaming, the dreams that you have. What does that look like? How can you start manifesting that? The full moons, again, they show us it's the apex of the light that the moon will reflect. So we're being made aware of a lot of things, but only if we're able to, like when we're on a vision quest, take our time, spend time alone, unplug. You don't even need paper and pencil. You can bring that if you need to, clear things out that way. But the full moon will also show us everything that we've been working on over the last couple of weeks. But if we were to look at the lunar gestation cycle, which lasts 3 years, this is halfway through it. So the new moon we had back on, it was March. I'm going to look. I can't remember. I have the charts up, but I'm not going to show because I don't want to confuse us. Come on now. It was back, the new moon we had that's related to this full moon on September 20th. Look back, this is 18 months ago, to March 24th, 2020. The whole world was shut down at that point. Well, what were you working on? What were you initiating? Because even though we were, everybody was in quarantine or had to stay home, however that worked for you, there are still personal things we were working on. That new moon, however, was very early in the sign of Aries. It was at 4 degrees of Aries. So you're going to hunt up where that is in your chart. And then the next moon that's related to this one would be the first quarter moon, very close to the same degree. And that was the moon was at 0 Aries, and that would have been December 21st, 2020. So the theme with this is, and then we have the full moon. I interrupt myself. We have the full moon on September 20th this week, 2021. So the theme with this is, and it is at the end of Pisces, however, it's all still within a small numerical area of the zodiac. And what that represents, so I'm gonna pull that chart up so you can at least see that one. Let me share my screen with you. So what is this representing? So those first 2 moons that are relating to this current full moon, bringing us to total awareness from what we initiated or how we were feeling or what we started back on March 24th, 2020. And then that was linked to December 20th, 2020. And now here we are, full awareness. So 18 months later. So what were you starting back then? What was important for you? The first 2 moons in this phase, this lunar gestation phase, were Aries. So that means we were focused on real personal things, what I wanted. But now the moon, this full moon, and then the last quarter will be both in Pisces. They don't typically shift signs like that when we're in a lunar gestation family, but this one was so close that it did. And so it gives us a separate focus, and the separate focus is Pisces. And again, what have I learned about myself? What have I done for me over these last 18 months? And now I want to bring it out to the world. I have clarity. And again, if you don't have clarity, then it's important for you to spend time in quiet contemplation, allow your spirits, your guides to speak to you. If you don't know how to do that, then you get somebody to help you. You can do dream work, and you can do, those are all the things. I can keep adding more, but I think you get the gist of it. So let me look at my notes and see if there's anything else. So watch for the signs around you, practice intuition, practice those things that feel like it's really putting you on your life path. And if you do happen to know where this small area of the zodiac is for you, I do not use whole sign houses, as you can see here. Not a Hellenistic astrologer. I've used Placidus for decades. So, a little bit of Pisces, a little bit of Aries, a little bit of Pisces. Where is this in your chart? Right? From 4 degrees of Aries to 28 degrees of Pisces. Where's that little bit in your chart? And look at that house, and that will give you more information, and it'll make it a little more personal for you. So I want us to do that. See, is there anything else? So when we're in this position, when we're looking and we have this full moon that is helping us to release the things that aren't in our best interest at this point in time. A lot of people like to write those things down and burn them at the full moon, and you can. But it creates more space for the things that are working and the things that are growing. So like most of my clients, most people are like, what's my life path? This is a full moon that can help to illuminate that for you and really get on that. If we're asking what our life path is, that means we're getting in alignment with our higher self and our spirit, our soul. And so that's what we're going to do with this full moon. We're going to all take our own vision quests. A lot of us have been wandering blindly anyways for quite a while, so this won't be any different. But I want you to unplug and to really ask yourself those questions. Am I in alignment with who I know I am? Am I working towards my own dreams? Am I accomplishing these things? And that's what this full moon represents. Okay, so I'll stop my share now. So I want us to work on that. And again, come to my Patreon page and we will put this, we'll go house for house with this too. And I think I will leave you with that. Thank you very much, and blessings. Namaste.